We are off. Today is day 335 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on here with project number 7, Quest for the Holy Grail. I think roughly we are in the final moments of this project. I sincerely hope so. We are up against trying to figure out the media queries conundrum. It's been brutal. So let's open our example code as well as our code here. Paste. Ta-da. Here's our example project. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Mm-hmm. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Let's see. Alright, there was a translating issue. What are we actually looking for? So we've gone through. We know what our Holy Grail quest is and task. Finding these equal height columns that sort of shift with the dimensions of the window at a certain breakpoint. We've conquered the main portion of the specifications. Create a layout similar to the one in the image above, which includes a header and footer and multiple equal height columns, at least 2. Here's our example project, and here's our project. Pretty damn spot on. So, from here though, what we're up against is this last bit, extra credit, using media queries, which we have prepped. We've tinkered with slightly. It's just I was running into some odd scaling issue a day or two ago. So with that said, extra credit, using media queries, ensure that your layout is responsive on mobile phones. Take a look at the example and try resizing your browser window to see an example. Notice the layout changes when it hits a certain breakpoint. Now, here's the example code. Notice the red menu column and a red add column. And when we inspect, ta-da, we've got a purple menu and purple add section that are now horizontal and all flow within a nice thin mobile display type viewport. That's what we're trying to do. Sadly, though, when we go to execute the following, 320, $400 by 79, 400 by 531. Everything, all of this project is 400. Looking at the pixels. Okay, maybe I can do something with that. Let's close out of that. See, it's back to normal. Here, though, for mine, if we inspect, look at that section. 780. Dear God, why? 400 on the inside. I think we should set main to... I'm not sure what we should set main to. The other thing is that this was the little viewport mode. That's 980 wide. Even though this on our screen is 400 pixels wide, it's got some weird scaling issue where it's 980 pixels. So I want to change that to this inspect here, so 400, I'm hovering over the nonsense like the header, 400 pixels by 789 compared to slightly larger 600. Now that's like a 1-to-1 ratio. So this is 600 pixels. See when we toggle in the upper right? 600 pixels by 1006. And that's exactly what it is. 600 pixels. And then the viewport also, when it's smaller, at 400, it is also exactly 400. So there's a scaling issue regarding the width. That's my problem that I need to tackle. Close that. How to make this 400. I think I want to make main width at 100%. I should probably change that to something else. But what should I change it? Maybe that's not the issue. Maybe height, maybe width also needs to be addressed. Width, that's not 100. 100%, save, save, save. Refresh. Close. Why does this keep coming back? No, we don't need to actually report it, we just need it to go away. It's never translate this site. That's what we told it. Chrome issues. I don't know why Chrome's bugging out on us. Usually Chrome's so good for us. 335 days without too many issues. Although, maybe this is a Chrome issue regarding the scaling, or a Mac issue, or my favorite potential, it could be a Chrome Mac issue combined, which would just really, really suck. That was the case. Despite the potential sucking, let's refresh for good measure. And there's our translate feature again. Son of a... Inspect. Typical. So header is 984. The nav menu is 100 pixels. That's also 100. That should be 780. 100, 100. Interesting. What else are we looking for? We need to do the following, because... stuff. What to do. What would be our best course of action? I have no idea what to do in this scenario. How to change. What if we give it a hard, like an explicit width, a 600. Save. Refresh. Oh, okay. Well, header is now 600 pixels. 604, technically. Maybe this needs a width of 100%. Width. Comment that out. Save. Refresh. No, and now it put back, look, if we make it large, we've got some weird padding issue. Oh, no we don't. No we don't. It's because we're missing a semicolon. Save, 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 save. Refresh. Okay, weird padding issue gone. Wait a second. Aha! It's the HTML body that is width 100%. You see that? Look at this. Look at, see? 600? Yeah, that's right. Deal with that, planet Earth. 600 pixels by 900 something. 600 wide. And now... What the deuce? Why is it still in this? Look at this. In this mode, tablet mode, it's 600 pixels. What kind of black magic is this? There's a goddamn demon behind the scaling issue. It's unkillable. This is basically that same exact thing in the horror movies where they unplug the phone from the wall but it keeps ringing. We've solved the scaling issue at its core, but the thing is still... It's still kicking. Why? Why is it still kicking? How could it be 600 here? And when we toggle it to smaller, it goes to 980. What would be the cause of that? Something that rhymes with frustration. Hey, Cecil. How you doing? How are we doing? We are doing, well, marginally better. I mean, in the scheme of things, we're doing great. Hell yeah, it's Friday. Yeah, right? Woohoo. But aside from that, facing our current problems regarding the scaling nightmare of 2017, as the historians will refer to it, yeah, we're rather puzzled and perplexed. Everything's hunky-dory here. This is cool. This is a world we want to live in. Width is 100%. What if I move header back to 100%? Now that we've got the HTML and body all sorted out, and width. Save, 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 save. Refresh. Close. Oh, sack of death. Not 600 pixels, you slimy... confused bastard. Save, save, save. Refresh again. There we go. Close. Click. Inspect. Aha! Wait, no. Oh, crap. It said 400. 419. For a brief moment. 600. And 604. We're right there. Kind of. I think we can get rid of the borders once we sort out this viewport issue. 984. Why? I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Let's Google it. Let's see. Mac Chrome viewport scaling issue. Is that a thing? Do people Google stuff like this? Did I spell scaling correctly? So many questions. Yeah, good. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. This isn't just our own unique problem. The internet agrees there's a common issue. How comforting is that? Okay. Configure the viewport. This rule triggers when page speed insights detects that your page does not specify a viewport or specifies a viewport that does not adapt to different devices. Maybe it's how we're doing it? Overview. A viewport controls how a web page is displayed on a mobile device. Without a viewport, mobile devices will render a page at the typical desktop screen width. Be able to fit the screen. Putting a viewport gives control over the web page's width, scaling on it. Different devices. Left, a page without a meta viewport. Right, a page with viewport matching the device width. So how does one go about doing that? Recommendations: optimize the display. Optimize to display well on mobile devices should include a meta viewport in the head of the document specifying device width equals initial scale 1. My shit off? Width. We have content. No. Width. Okay. No. We're good. Meta. Name viewport not in quotes. Who wants to bet a large sum of money that the lacking quotes or the presence of quotes is screwing us over? I don't think it should be, but why else? See, then it's just that. Wait a tick. Oh my god, Steven, you dumb soulless sack of... Oh, that deserves like 3 months of sleeping in the hall with no food. Let me just reflect on my stupidity. If we haven't all connected the dots, it's the lack of the equals sign. Death. Bad. Bad Steven. No. I'm an idiot. This actually hurts after like 11 months in dealing with this particular project. Oh. Just awful. Just awful. I don't even deserve to fix it. I would love to throw this straight through the monitor. That would just... It feels like it would solve my problem, but I know it actually won't solve my problem, so I'm resisting throwing the trackpad directly through my monitor. Okay. We've reflected on the issue. That was a negligent rookie mistake. Bad Steven. Bad Steven. Okay. Let's try this again. Save. We're good here. We probably don't need all these widths 100% anymore. Just the height. Who does that? Who passed me the keys to this damn thing 335 days ago? What a terrible decision. Let's get that guy fired or hung. Oh, what do you know? Our scaling problem's solved. Of course it is. Planet sucks. Awful. This is just awful. Cecil. Okay, Cecil has comments. This may save you some headache. Is it a noose? Is it an Amazon link to a noose? Hopefully it's on sale. Validator W.3. Validate by input. And then Jigsaw W3. Okay, let's click on the stuff. And then we can get rid of the I think the four excess pixels are related to the border. Sorry, just the reality is crashing down around me. I can't believe 2 days ago, that nightmare, and even the beginning of this. It was the damn equals sign. Wrong. Bad, Steven. God. Hate that guy. Okay, we're good, which means we can close out of this noise. Which now leads me to believe that everyone else having this problem is also just as crazy as I am. Let's check out the links that Cecil has sent us. Oh, that was brutal. Lesson learned. I say lesson learned. I wish I could earn money off betting off of myself that I would make more mistakes just like that. Who forgets the equals sign? I'm not going to let myself live that down for the rest of the month. That is just awful. Let's check out the links. Pause that. Check out this 1 and 2, and I see more chats or comments in the chat. What's happening? Hey, Get Me Pie. Hey, how you doing? Good evening / day to you, sir. Cecil, I would recommend setting up a gulp build that validates your HTML and CSS, JavaScript, etc. But I know your relationship with the terminal is pretty bad. Hey, I can barely handle setting up my HTML properly. This is no time to go into terminal. Terminal is a post-year activity. We will not be visiting the terminal anytime before that point unless it is absolutely dire. Wrong. Terminal it's dark and scary. It's like inside of a... No. It's like the cave version of the Matrix. I don't know how it's the cave version of the Matrix, but it is in my mind. It's just there's some angry digital robotic bear waiting inside terminal to get me, and we're not gonna even try that. What are we looking for? Give me pie. Well, I'm trying to learn web dev. I'm already 4 weeks in, and when I watch videos when someone is building a website with HTML and CSS, it's easy for me to follow, and I understand all. But when I have to build it on my own, it's kind of hard. Any tips? Ooh. I wish I had more constructive tips, except I'm in the exact same boat. It was really hard. It was something that I noticed, especially at the end of Code Academy. So the first 150-ish days was going through all the different free languages of Code Academy, and it was fine in the moment during the lessons, and sometimes they'd have, like, smallish project activities to kind of test your skills for the basic lesson they offered you. But, like, the biggest speed bump, if we can call it that, was right after I finished Code Academy, and I wanted to start doing stuff like this. Working on projects, having all the files connected, and I sat down those couple days after Code Academy, and it was just a blank slate, and I had no idea what to do. I didn't know where to go or what to do for my projects. So that's why I ended up tracking down Code Wars and then Free Code Camp to see if that would help, but that was more of just treading water. The main things that have helped me have honestly been Topher's projects. They've basically been like the perfect middle ground. I had enough basic knowledge, tools to piece together the earlier projects, and then it's kind of built on top of that. But any tips, any specific constructive tips that you could immediately apply? My only go-to helpful tip and it sounds ridiculous, but it's just what I've had to deal with for last year, is don't get a cat. I'm not sure if that's a thing on your to-do list in the near future. Maybe you're moving in with someone who will be getting a cat or has one. Cats make coding extremely difficult. Yes, they're fun, furry, and cute. We've got little kitty who comes and visits, but when she comes, she wants to just nap on the keyboard, and it's extremely difficult. I've spent more time juggling little kitty than I have any other negative aspect of this year of coding, and yeah, that's not as helpful of a tip as I'd like to offer, but that's the best one I've got. Don't get a cat. At least while you're learning how to code. Afterwards, once you survive and you start doing things, yeah, go for it. Kitten away. Cecil, those validators are your next best bet for saving these headaches. Unicorn, Glorious TV, hello to you, and Bob Danube, hello to you as well. For the kitty, yeah, right. She's just fortunately she's sleeping. Can we see Tiny Cat? He's just chilling back there. Oh, yeah, oh god, my phone's blocking her. The little white speck floating in the dark at the foot of the bed. Okay. Tips. Let me reflect on those. I should have better tips, especially after a year. You know what? We've got chat open. We've linked it a couple times before, but it's still worth linking again for anyone interested. These projects have been so damn helpful because they ease in to like skill set and they build on top of each other. Let's drop this into chat. Boom. There you go. Get me pie. If you're looking for projects or things to test your skill set on to slowly build, they're fun. They are quite enjoyable. Now, Cecil, you said the validators. Validate by direct, enter the markup to validate. How exactly? This validator checks markup validity of web documents in HTML, XHTML, and blah 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 blah. You wish to validate specific content such as RSS, atom feeds, blankety blank, blah blah blah, or to find broken links, there are other validator tools available. Alternative, you can also try non-DD. So if I drop in all of my HTML, it'll tell me how much I suck or how much I don't suck. Is that how this works? Wait a second. Hold on. Are the things and stuff, are the triangles bits? No? Am I crazy? Do it. BDX, can you check my project about which law? Yeah, I can check. I mean, I can look at it. I'm happy to click on whatever link you send. I mean, within reason, of course. But I am far from an expert. Holy crap! Unicorn, Glorious TV, it just dawned on me. They're bits. They're like real bits, like human bits. I mean, not human bits, but Twitch bits. For a little kitty. Oh my god. Little kitty, wait, hey, wake up from your nap. Okay, she's not gonna wake up from her nap. But more importantly, holy crap. That's awesome. I have a top. Look at this. Top cheers by Unicorn. How cool is that? Ah, yes. Good job. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Good times. Good times. All right. What are we doing? We're clicking a link. Let's do this. Clickety click. Made with anvil. I've heard of it. Want to see some logs? Or what are we what are we logging? Click all the links. Exactly. That's what we do. But more importantly, validate by direct input. I still want to I want to see where this goes. We started, there was a 2-day nightmare of having viewport incorrect. That was a big deal, and we just started to make progress realizing that I screwed up. But Cecil said if we check this, I'm going to drop all of it in just because. Just because. Check. I don't know if it works that way. There's a warning. There's lots of warning. Are warnings just as bad as errors? Type. I don't know if I did this correctly. Cecil? What do I do? Yes, you put your HTML in there and it tells you if you're doing everything correctly. Well, this can't be a good sign. There's 6 different warnings. There aren't even that many stoplights or stop signs on my way to work when I go to... Why are there this many warnings just in my HTML? Bob Denude stole your top. Oh my god, you guys, seriously? There's... Also, why can I not see bits on my phone chat? That's where I see the stuff. Oh god, you guys are making this difficult. We had Kyle donate money, and now you guys are doing bits. This means I need to set up notifications. We're supposed to make the whole... We were supposed to make it the whole year before it got interesting. And people donating stuff. Damn. Oh my god, I really gotta get that stuff set up. Your awesomeness is outpacing my lacklusterness. Well, though, but that's not shocking. Okay, so let's see. What are we doing? Warnings are just like, hey, check out some stuff. You could do better. Okay, good to know. To be honest, that's not that bad. 1 is easy to fix. If you have errors, then you done goofed. Okay. Warnings are fine, errors are not. Like that name viewport is an issue. And in fact, let's go ahead and we can even test that. Let's get rid of the equal sign. See what happens when we run check. Hopefully it catches it. Oh my god, it does. It's right there. That gosh. Okay, well, we're saving this link and the other one. Copy. This is fantastic. Oh my god. Can you believe that would have saved us like 3 hours of confusion had we done that earlier? This gets pasted into our giant notepad of fascinating things to consider. Here we go. Click, paste, and we're even going to save the other link. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. Copy, beautiful. Don't mind me. But now that we've got an idea of what to do and where to go, we should check the following. Cecil, well, I would have posted it either way, but I've had like 16-hour work days the past 2 days. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all. No one wants to work 16-hour work. Continuing on. Well, we've got the links now, so that's awesome. Close out of that noise. Here we go. So now that Viewport is solved, we can get rid of our border. I think we can get rid of our borders. Close. I can't believe I have bits. That's so fascinating. That's still, yeah, that's getting throwing some shade there, Bob Denude. That's interesting. Alright, well, we're gonna leave that open just to reflect on. Now, we have ours. We're shooting for 400, but we currently are we're stuck with 404. And should be 600, but 604. I believe that is due to the borders themselves. Right here. We don't necessarily need to have the borders anymore. It was just really for visualization early on before we styled everything. Refresh. Is it padding? What would be adding an extra 4? Something. Oh. Down here. So every border. Why does everything have a border? Why did I do that? Sounds like a terrible idea. I have a border here. A border here. No border in the unequal length, the list, or the anchor. But I do have a border down here. I don't know if border is inclusive within the div or just outside of it. I think it's inclusive. I think it's the outer perimeter. I get the feeling that it's not this that's throwing it off for some reason, but we also don't really need them either, so that's why I'm just clearing that for now. Save, save, save. Refresh. No, see, look, now we're good. 600. So it was the borders. It was the borders, and 400. Hell yeah. You see that, little kitty? We figured it out. We figured it out. Oh, shit, Mr. Demon Wolf. Now that I know what to look for, that's the bits. I can see them in chat. This is interesting. Twitch is awesome. Okay, let's continue on. Thank you, Daka, Mr. Demon. Thank you, Unicorn Glorious TV, and Bob Denoob, as well as you, sir, Mr. Demon Wolf. Yeah. Alright, so, Bob Denoob, box sizing, border, box. This will save you so much time. That's where box sizing, border box, helps read up on it. Okay. Should leave your job and become full-time. Yes, our what is it? How many bits are we up to? Let's find out. Good, good. We'll take our 15 bits and we'll leverage that. We'll get a 4th mortgage for the house and it'll be golden. We'll be fine. We have nothing to worry about. Everyone's got a 4th mortgage these days. That was hinting at Ghostbusters, although technically in Ghostbusters it's a 3rd mortgage at 19%. But that's for the dedicated few. You own your own house? No, Unicorn, I do not own my own house. I'm 27, barely hanging on, clinging in there, streaming in my free time. The lights are off because we don't have an extra room. My fiance is sleeping next to me, and behind that wall, exactly roughly 6.5 feet, maybe 7, is is my soon-to-be mother-in-law. So no, we're making it work. I'm surviving. So your 15 bits will buy me a taco in the near future, believe it or not. Yeah. So the bits are appreciated. The bits are needed. That's why they're there. Oh shit, 20, not so fast. Holy hell. This is like the land of the quick and the dead. Bits are flying everywhere. This is like the lobby scene in The Matrix, except instead of bullets, it's bits flying around. People are gonna get hurt. Now, speaking of people getting hurt, I should try to update this. Hopefully without hurting myself. That would be super cool. Bob Denoob. I start off first thing in my CSS box sizing border box. I want every element to have it. You know, we're gonna do exactly that. Wow, I have not had to use. I know there's so many basic, just like basic concepts to programming for all the different, especially easier languages to pick up HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But there were so many basic fundamentals at Code Academy that I'd picked up and that I'd also have forgotten. I haven't had to use the asterisks for everything in CSS. I think I have only used it once at Code Academy in the lesson where it said it would select. I've had no need, at least in my mind, to use it again, except for now, after you've mentioned it, which is fascinating. Box sizing, you say, used to alter the default CSS box model, used to calculate width and height of the element. Box sizing, box border, box value for box sizing property. Border box, right? You say 400 width, it will be 400 width the padding. Oh, so that's just a thing that I could always drop into the top regardless of the styling or anything else I do. Save, save, save. Refresh. And then I could, if I really wanted to, which I don't actually need the borders for this anymore, but it's good to know that in the future I could have this. Save. And we'll also do a header to highlight the difference. Save. Refresh. Aha, see, and now header. So the whole window is 400 because now the header is 396 because of the 4 pixels for the border. That is very cool. Good to know. Huh. You know, the things you learn 335 days into learning programming. Who would have known? Interesting. Well, that's awesome. Again, we no longer need the border stuff, but that is helpful. And if we ever decide to add it back in for this project or the future, we now have all these words of wisdom. Save, save, Hey, Syrup Monster. Have you done Jesus, Mr. Demon Wolf? My spot. Bits galore, man. Thank you. You guys are killing it with the bits. This is so weird. Syrup Monster, have you done Free Code Camp? I'm currently doing the bonfires. I'm drawing a blank specifically what the bonfires entail. But yes, we've taken a crack at Free Code Camp. We're currently, I'd say, about like 85% of the way through the front development certificate slash path, if you will. Yeah, see, right about here, we started chipping away at the projects, and then we made it about halfway through the algorithms. So we have just a few more, and then the advanced stuff, and then we get to claim our front end development certificate. So we did do quite a bit though. You know, the JSON and the basic algorithm scripting and everything else on this initial front end development path. Free Code Camp's good. I definitely like the linear path, how it builds. It feels like you're building one giant project, and every step you take feels like you're building kind of all of your skill, since everything kind of snowballs on top of each other. Code Academy again, that's my other major comparison. Even though they offer more languages, they're all their own little kind of secluded course. They aren't really related. I tried to follow Code Academy as if it was like Free Code Camp, just forcing it to be one giant course, and it was really odd. I made it work, but yeah, good times. Wow, it's just this big yelling bits war for everybody. This is awesome. Yeah, see, build all the projects. We are going to go back to Free Code Camp. We're going to revisit Code Academy, and we're going to revisit Free Code Camp and Code Wars as well. I really wanted, I mean, Topher set up all these awesome projects, and I've just made so much more growth and progress doing these compared to all the other stuff during this year. Because for a long time, it was just sort of treading water. Even though I was progressing through the sites, personally, I wasn't actually like gaining more knowledge per se. So this has added a much more solid foundation, I think. Why not build your own websites with bits? That's well, there's gonna be like a hybrid transition, and I think aside from just like my own personal website out of the gates after completing this, I think I'm gonna do like a sort of hybrid in between step, and I want to take all of these and make a website that houses all 10 projects. So kind of like if you were to go to like a mini games website and you can choose what game you want to play, I think I want to set up a like a single page website with the 10 different tabs or a mini interface, and you can choose which project or which game, quote unquote, you wanna play. So I think that would be a good celebratory finale to all of this stuff. And then from there, I could obviously set up my own website, because that would be basically exactly what I'm doing, tying these files into it. So yeah, and then we'll continue the party further. Uh, Mr. Demon Wolf would love to see you build your own website. You can host it on GitHub. Damn straight, because GitHub's awesome. And also the bits, man. Mr. Demon Wolf here, you got bits falling all over the place. We've gotten lots of tips and bits, and a lot of other things that rhyme and are good. So that's cool. That's very cool. This is so strange. This has been the weirdest like couple days with getting donations and bits and other stuff like that. And we've got a sub. It doesn't make sense. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Because I wasn't expecting anything like this until after, like, next year. Once I started to do other things, like streaming games or learning other languages or other activities. Learning to build a PC or something like that, or Raspberry Pi stuff. Getting into robotics or something that's slightly more engaging than just watching confused guy struggle to code. Alright, speaking of confused guys struggling to code, let's get back to our natural state of being frustrated. Now that we've solved the viewport scaling issue, let's go ahead, refresh that, 400, all is well. Let's check out the media queries. From this point, all we need to have happen is we want to see if we can have it. I don't know. I do think we need two. One of them is max width and minimum width. I just don't quite remember the dynamics of how exactly they function. Let's free this one. Orange for content at 401 pixels. Save, save, save. Refresh. It's not orange. But if we set it to 399, save, refresh. Those are orange. So at so at 401, so 399 is the minimum. If it exceeds the minimum, it will be orange. If it exceeds the minimum, it will be orange. So if it's 401, we want them to be, if it's, well, we'll do 400, save, refresh. 400, we want it to be orange. If it's 401, save, 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 it will not be orange. That's 400. I'm just coming to terms with it. It's late. Remember, I'm confused, and it's 0:52 or 12:52 a.m. depending on your time in the world. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Alerts. Jesus, we do need alerts. Hold on. What's happening? Damn it, what is going on in the world? There's so much going on. Holy shit. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do like an emergency alerts thing or something. Okay, okay. Hold on. Building website, Unicorn Glorious TV, break you with the power of my horn. Mr. D Wolf, my new webcam is coming today. Awesome. New webcams are cool. And bits. Thank you, Unicorn. Thank you, Mr. Demon Wolf. And Bob Danoob. Yeah, we do need alerts at this point. This is getting out of hand. Alert setup time. Alerts are riot. I agree. This was not supposed to happen. People are not supposed to be celebrating right now on day 335. Celebration is for winners. That is day after day 365. Especially when we're doing more interesting content than me trying to figure out the break point of colors taking effect at my project. This is awesome, but concerning. We aren't equipped to celebrate. We didn't plan that far ahead. I planned for doom, and that was it. Okay. We're gonna have to set up alerts. I don't even want to have to think about that. Okay, alerts and stuff. What if, you know what, I can just do like a window to Streamlabs or something. I'll just open that up. See, we've got, where'd Streamlabs go? Over here. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. See, we need to do, we'll need to find something. I don't even know what to do. We're gonna have to piece this nightmare together. We're gonna have to save and the icon. Crap, we're gonna need to set up our emoticon. Oh my god, we're gonna have to figure out how to get a photo of little kitty. This is gonna be brutal. It's just all too real. Oh, Bob Danube. I usually design mobile first and then add media queries as I go up in window size with minimum width. Mr. Demon Wolf, did I break you? Yes, you did. You're throwing my train of thought off with all your bits and stuff. Oh my god, and your icon has changed. Look at this. Look at that. No. Can everyone see? 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 Mr. Demon Wolf has morphed from the gray. Oh god. From the gray bits. Oh, there we go. Rookie move. Gray bits to the purple stuff. Everyone loves purple stuff. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Mr. Demon Wolf never bit war with me. Apparently. Let's see. What are we looking for? Aside from figuring out how we're gonna set up our alerts sooner than later. Now, what was I doing? Okay, so we know the minimum width, when it exceeds the minimum width, it turns into that color. So we will have something. That means when it's less than that. What about when it's 400? Save. Refresh. Aha, 400. So in it, 401. Save, save, save. Refresh. Crap. 399. Okay, okay, so when it's at max width is for when it's the opposite. The max width will be 3 when it exceeds that. Is that right? Killing me. How would I do that? How would I do that? Right there. It's because they're opposite, at least in my mind. It's probably because it's 1 a.m. But we've got this. I'm just trying to test and confirm. I'm trying to figure out if I need both. I don't think I need both, because see, for Tophers, look at this. We've got this size, but when we go to inspect anything at the 600 mark, here's 600, here's 400. So 600 pixels, it's already the narrow vertical. The menu has moved up top to the horizontal position. Ads have moved horizontal. And it continues even with smaller dimensions for the viewport at 400 pixels. So there's no difference. So we can set that breakpoint. I'm just tinkering with the media queries to try and get a better feel of who's on first, essentially. So at 400 and 600, see? Oh, look at that. So when it's small, when it exceeds 400, it goes to orange. So that will be normal. When it hits 400, save, save, save. Aha, it's purple. Alright. So below 400, it's that. Mr. Demon Wolf, I'm happy with how much you've grown. I just want to see you make your own site. Binya, please make your own site. I want to see some real development. What else needs to be done to break your level 9,000? We will get there. I am on. We are committed to solving. I say solving, to conquering the projects that Topher's laid out for us. Just to highlight wine. I mean, he's done so much guidance, if you will, content here. There's still all the comments that he does after the videos that we've posted as well. Let's go to which, let's see, we've got this. Let's find our channel in general. Open in new tab. Close that, but what specifically were we looking for? Was it Video Manager? I don't know if it was video. No, it was collections. Look at this. So, comparatively, if we go into collections, hopefully it loads. Close out of that. Manage. Oh, damn, why doesn't it want to let us manage our collections? Boo. Not cool. What if we open that link in a new tab? I just wanted to show at some point there is a window or information with the hours for each collection, and I wanted to show the amount of the amount of content that I've generated separate from perfect. I feel like there's more data that should be shown. No, I forget. I guess not. We'll do edit. But anyways, so with the projects that Topher's hooked me up with, these projects alone have been 72 hours of content. Right? That's kind of crazy. All of the content that I've done since October, all of October and all of November, which is that's where I've done my most learning out of the last year or two, has all been from his projects that he's set up. Like, that's 59 days in 72 hours, over 72 hours, and we still have another month to go. That's kind of a lot, right? I mean, so that's a huge, just like the effort and quantity, and then the comments and stuff. See, even afterwards, there's video, or he does all the comments after the videos if he can't catch the stream. Like, he's still there. It's stunning. The amount of effort and just assistance he's sent my way are pretty intense. So, anywho, let me close this noise. I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's get back to this. Wow, all kinds of stuff is happening. Wait. What else needs to break the 9,000? How about this? The heart, spread the love. What just happened? I'm broken. Lots of love. Wait, you missed something. I think he's broken to see it feels bad. Wait. What happened? Hey! Oh my god, it doesn't show on my phone. Remember, I live on my phone for chat because I don't have a second screen. So okay, so this is unique to see this, and I'm glad I left this open. Look at this. Are you guys seeing this? Unicorn Glories TV gifted a $5 sub to Mr. Demon Wolf. Huh? How cool is that? Oh wow, that's awesome. This is great. We did miss something. This is so weird. It's not that it shouldn't be happening, it's just I totally thought all this kind of stuff Might happen, but next year. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Unicorn, for hooking up Mr. Demon Wolf with the sub. Oh my god, and Syrup Monster just subscribed with the Twitch Prime. Damn! Look at this. I'm gonna count that as a sub train. I don't care. Two subs added. Look at this. Hovering over. I have three. Three of you. Oh, that's so great. This is awesome. This is weird. And C-selectomy. Holy shit. This is nuts. I don't even know what to do. I know I'm supposed to focus and code on something, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, Seer Monster. Look at that. And the Twitch, the sub icons for every. Oh my god, we so need to set up alerts. Maybe day 34 will be me streaming, me setting up alerts. Maybe we can do a quick break. We did do a quick break for the projects, for Flexbox Froggy and Grid Garden, but holy hell. Well, oh my god. We need to do something stat to figure this out, because this is getting out of hand. Because at this point, we're gonna need to, like, just send out handwritten letters or something. We've got Pony Express for our alert system, and that's not quite cutting it. Yeah, 4 subscribers. How cool is that? Okay. Focus, Steven. You can do this. We're supposed to finish this well, we're hopeful to finish this project tonight. Oh my god. Okay, we can focus. We can do this. We need to shift the content. We can keep it together. Let's see, select me. That's like $20 in 3 months from now, right? Yeah, it is. Giveaway time? Rolling in it. Maybe if Little Kit... I don't think Little Kitty can have kittens, but if she ever has kittens, maybe we can toss out some free cats to people. I don't think FedEx will take live animals, but we'll cross that bridge later. You just DM me your address to get your free kitten. Oh god. The perfect giveaway item. Speaking of perfect, we need to adjust our code. Look at that, it changes. Now, how do we set... It goes to orange. It goes from purple to orange. So, well, you're in California. I could just pick up a cat. That's true. I guess I wouldn't have to ship you a cat if you're nearby. And anyone in the vicinity of Southern California, we can rendezvous at a local park, maybe a Denny's or a mall. Or your local Petco. That way you can get cat food for your live free kitten. No one wants a dead free kitten. That would just be disappointing. My address, IP address. Yeah, gotcha. Clever. See, select me. I'll be the guy in the trench coat. Yes, just put all your items in this bag. No questions asked. Let's see, what were we doing? We were inspecting, so it goes from orange to purple. I just like the fact that it changes with multiple sizes. This is so awesome. So, what we're shooting for, really, is background color. What about... So, minimum width, when it's less than 401, it's orange. We want when it's less than 601 to be like Topher's, which means we don't need max Crap. Do we need max width? When it's less than max width, it is purple. When it exceeds minimum width, it's orange. I want max width at 400, but at 600. So when max width is less than 600 pixels, it will be purplish. And we can also shift our content from being, wow, I need to recall. That's really interesting. We have technically 3 sections. If we add the borders back, crap, how are we going to add the borders to everything? No, that's okay. We don't need the borders. We already know where everything falls because of this. So here we go. We've got display grid. We've got column 1 and row 1 in the upper left. Header. Column 2, row 1, to the right of header. Column 3, row 1, and so forth. So this menu is currently... We're going to need to adjust stuff. How much do we have to adjust stuff? Do we have to shift it entirely? Like a whole new grid template? Oh my god, we do. We need to do display grid and shift the template entirely to a single column, which will be 1 FR wide. We maintain the 100 pixel rows. We keep content as 1 FR, and we do 100 pixels for both menu and ads. Yeah. Technically, we don't have to get rid of the sides, but, I mean, we might as well, considering we're going to a more narrow mobile view. I don't know what the benefit would be of keeping the excess 100 pixel sides. In fact, we could literally take just this. My concern is if we actually need to take display grid. I don't believe we need to take display grid, but I think we should at least update it to the following. Down here, grid is so fucking awesome. It really is. Let's cut this, and we can just drop these extra pieces like Legos. We're keeping the same amount of bits and pieces, we're just reconfiguring them so we can take what we were using as the 100 pixel columns and use them as 100 pixel rows instead. Kind of interesting, if you're into Legos, I suppose. The 1FR we could keep. I don't really think that's going to change anyone's day, per se, if we were to change that. But good enough. I hope we don't need to add display grid down there. I think we'll be able to live without it. What to do, though? 100, 100, 100, and then we need to tell... No. Why doesn't that work? It's because we need to adjust main to have that. And right now we're currently adjusting nav. So we need to actually take this and set it in main. But we can move nav shortly and aside, but main will be updated. That's better. And then following that, we will also have the stuff. The things, the stuff. Imager, this is why you get Prime kids. Let's find out. Shipped UPS. Pack ID. Package arrived at carrier facility. About 1:17 a.m. Shipment arrived. That's a pretty quick turnaround. 10:15. Package left. In transit. Shipment arrived. Shipment departed. Package transfer. Jesus, that's 10 after 10 before noon. And packaged arrived again at 1:15. That's some hustle. Someone's busy. I don't think I've ever had an issue where Amazon's missed their delivery window. I don't think I've ever received a late package from Amazon. There was a close call with the hurricanes, a couple months ago, like mainly because it was in the like southeastern seaboard area and like Georgia, Atlanta, all that kind of stuff. And I know Atlanta is a huge hub for at least Delta. I forget what other major airlines. I think I just remember seeing shipments both on even on Amazon, but even like local UPS and other shipping sites were just saying due to weather conditions, it's extraordinarily due to weather, and you may receive a late package. But that's the only time that I've really seen it. But yeah. Anywho, it's in my hometown. Don't know other Amazon man. They're quick. I had one late one day, but ever since I got Prime, no issues. If your local Amazon carrier is on track, good luck ever getting packages on time. Oh, if your local Amazon, you know what? That's so funny. I saw in an on track truck tonight. Oddly enough. They treat me well. My uncle's friend has issues with that a lot. But once he called and pissed him off, it came next day. See? Problem solved. I want to try. I haven't tried the what is it, Amazon Now, where it's in the 2-hour window or something. I also want to try the Amazon lockers. I think it's also, don't they offer Amazon Now with the locker where you go to the storefront or something? Or like the Amazon post office like PO box type deal, and they've just got the lockers there. I don't know if any of those are in our area relatively in my part of the world for Southern California. I know we've got Prime now, I just haven't needed to order batteries and whatever else people order through Amazon now. Oh, you've got to try one, Mr. Demo? I love the Amazon store. You walk in, take what you want, and walk out. It auto pays. Oh, that sounds so cool. Every time it's with select me, every time it's with on track, it has details that they had difficulties delivering package. I don't even want to think about how tragic all the missed shipments. That just sounds unfortunate. Do you have to select on track, or it's just like luck of the draw if you get if you get an on-track truck. It's strange because I mentioned earlier tonight I had seen an on-track truck. That's an awful tongue twister, but that's the first time I've ever seen one, apparently. Oh, they're just a local carrier. Okay. Mr. Demo, feels weird just to walk out. I never tried it, but it seems like a good idea. Oh, okay. Mine, they use USPS. Yeah, mine I think uses USPS as well. Well, it depends on the package sometimes, or the size of it. What am I looking for? We were making progress. Well, we were making progress. Media, this. Let's see if this does anything. I forget if it was, they were saying to test more frequently, and we will try to... No, not yet. We will test more frequently, but I want to try shifting things. Nav and aside should share background color, but their positions should also be updated to nav as well as aside. Probably a little late to ask. Is it wrong that I have one media query? I don't think it is. Now, we had nav set up as display grid something. Grid column start 1, row 2, which we can actually keep. That's, wow, really interesting, the fact that it actually doesn't change. So nav is already in place, but what is changing is the flex direction from column. We're changing flex direction. How do we update that accordingly? So we don't want it to be a column anymore for nav. It's actually in the right spot. It's still in because we're going to a single column and we want it to be in the second row. So we don't need to change that. We will end up changing the add section, oddly enough, but flex direction column compared to, I guess, just back to row. That makes sense, back to row. Okay, so then for aside, we will need to change aside to column start, copy, and this will be column start 1, row 4, as well as flex direction. Do we want to change flex direction for ads? I know Topher had changed flex direction for the menu. He also got rid of, was it header? I don't even know what it was. Yeah, it was the H1. H1 is display none. H1 will be display none. Oh. Play. None or hidden? I think none's the preferred, right? I forget. Hidden, one just hides and it maintains the screen real estate. It's, you know, everything's shifted out of place because that object or element is there. Versus the other one, it eliminates it, so objects move or restack and shuffle. Pretty damn sure it's none. Let's go ahead and... oh, crap. Let's look. Yeah, so they stayed stacked. Which means we want to get rid of 100 pixels for this. What the hell do we set it to? 1FR. How do you tell the fifth? Well, I'm trying to think if we want the ads to stack. We've only got 3 ads. We could do them sideways, and we could easily change it to flex direction row. And then I think we could maintain the 100. That's an option too. Let's try that. Let's see how that goes. My concern with everything being flex row is the centering of things, and also the spacing. So, what was it again? It wasn't align items. We want justify content, but with the space around everything equally for items, we want justify content space between spreads them all even, like maxes them out, beginning, middle, and end as wide as possible. Space around is equal space between the items and at the edges, which I think I'd prefer in the meantime. Space around, and we can just rinse and repeat the same thing for the following add section for our aside, what used to be column, but now our aside row. Let's save this, see what kind of damage we did. Hopefully we can get away doing it with 1 media query, considering we've got that single breakpoint at 600 pixels. If we need more, we can update accordingly. We really should have adjusted all this kind of it. And of course, we updated Topher's project. God damn it. Let's max out art. So, refresh. Everything's hunky-dory as normal. Let's inspect, and fingers crossed. Okay, well, we pissed off the CSS gods. That happened. Well, flaming stack of confusion. You know what would help? Throwing our computer off of an extremely high cliff. And then we could jump off the other side of that extremely high cliff, and then we could race the computer to see who hits the ground faster. That's the game I want to play right now. Because right now we're trapped in CSS hell. I think we need multiple media queries. Why would we need queries? Well, the reason we had two media queries before was because they were conflicting. It was 2 different sets of instructions for the same areas. We had nav and aside background color for minimum width, and then we also wanted to update the background color for nav and aside to the max width in the opposite direction. So that's why we had 2. Since we only have 1 at our breakpoint when it's smaller, we can get away with the following. I'm wondering if we actually need the first grid column bit here. Well, it's updating it. We need to tell it to move to 1 column. Of course we need that. Oh. 1, 2, so that's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck it. Thug life. We're gonna do it. Let's get rid of this. No, let's add display grid. I don't know why we'd need to add it again. I'm just throwing stuff against the wall, seeing if it sticks at this point because it's after 1 a.m. Okay, alright, fine. Let me comment out this noise and comment out that noise. Save, 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 save. Refresh. Typical. typical. Why are all three there now? Before, when we had at least had one. Save. Refresh. You slimy bastard. What if I set it to 0? What about that? What about... feel like that's very odd. Now we've just got one set of nonsense at 600 pixels, which is kind of nice. So, what does that mean for this, though? Column start. We must not need that. And... I'm not sure what else I need. I need to update grid. Column start. Column start should be inclusive. At least in my mind, it's inclusive. Did I miss the nav section? Was I supposed to change it? I thought 1 and 2 was good enough for nav. 1 and 2. Copy, copy, copy. Oh, damn. Content also got totally screwed. Because it needs to have a whole section. We need to turn all this shit up on it, the side of its head. Damn. We only did a fraction. Look at this. See this? All of this noise is based on display grid for divs or elements that had multiple items with flex direction and then the align items center. So yeah, I messed up the column issue, but regardless, the couple things that I did adjust for, sure, fine, fair and dandy, some of it's still off and askew, but there's a huge portion of content that's gone completely untouched that still needs to change. Like content. Because content isn't in column 2 anymore. There is no more column 2. And in fact, everything was in column 2. Header, content, and footer was all in the middle section of our tic-tac-toe board. Column 2, dead. There's only a column 1 now, so everyone's fucked. That's what happened. That's... I can't believe I figured that out. I know it's straightforward, but it's after 1:30 a.m. and we know how delirious I get after midnight. Like gremlins. No feeding or interacting with Steven after midnight because it just gets shoddy. Although we are extremely determined to try and land this bird, which means we have way more work to do in front of us if we're going to walk out of this alive. Alright, so with that said, technically, I think we could get away with a grid column 1 FR. I really do. I know 0 seems more fitting and friendly, but in the meantime, I think what's confusing it is our lack of cleanup for CSS regarding the other section. I think that's what happened. We didn't fully address everything we needed to in our media query. So we have from the top main, header, nav and aside, sure. And then things trickle down, so they need to be in the right area. So background color should probably go below both of those. Let's cut that. I mean, it could go before. That's not really changing anyone's day too much. Nav and aside background color is purple. Nav, we have section. Geez, this is like a whole other project right here in Media Query. Oh my god. Why? Why? See, he tricked us. Not tricked, but he knew what was going on with the single bullet point. Oh, look, make this chart. And if there's time, there's one extra credit bullet point. Little did we know that one extra credit bullet point is the same size as the entire project itself. We're doomed, at least from our perspective. Select me. Well, my lack of sleep is catching up with me. I have to work overtime this weekend. That sounds tragic. Best of luck to you, Cecil. See you next time. Good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for the, subscribe. The sub. That's a thing. Thank you, Donka. Good times. Let's keep forging ahead, because this is all kinds of just tragic. So, we are determined to survive, damn it. We are determined to survive. We have header. And shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Oh my god, delirium is kicking in. Now we're singing. This is not going to end well for anybody. Brace yourselves, children. Brace yourselves. This is about to get ugly. Footer. Okay, here we go. Things that rhyme with feet. Everything needs to take place in grid column 1. Grid column start 1. We're just gonna do it for everybody. I don't give a damn. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Updated. Beautiful. Now, and with that said, since no menu was in column 1, but we're going to do display none, and that should solve that. But we can keep items. So there's that. We can do the following. Flex, direction, row. For all 5. I don't care if it's redundant. 1 and 2. And wait a second. J Brimble. Syntax error. That can't be good. Syntax error. Dum. Syntax error, you say? D. Hey, Brimble. Oh, just joking. Pwned. Okay. Huh. Yes. Good. Successful pwning. Crazy person's choice. It's 1:38 a.m. in the morning. So, I'd believe anything you say. You could have said there's a bear behind us, and we probably would have believed you. So, with that said, less syntax error than technically, like, 4.5 minutes ago, you would have been right, and also, any of the 334 previous days of this stream, syntax error would have applied at literally any minute. So that is a real thing that happens here. But good to know that was just a testing jab, if you will. Good times. Good times. What are we doing? Where'd we leave off, Jay? Where'd we leave off? Ah, right. We were covering our steps, regardless of it being excessive or lack of inefficiency. Lack of inefficiency? That would be a lack of inefficiency is a double negative. Wow, we're really losing it. This is tragic. We are losing what little brain power we have left. We're gonna make everything a row just to cover all of our bases. Now, we want some stuff as justify content, but centered. There are only a few things where we need space around, and items will be something or other. What is it? Stuff? You know what I'm talking about. Damn. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Right? I remember. Justify content center. So, the only things where we're going to have both is... These will be evenly spaced, which is cool. These, for us, for ours, we're going to have them sideways. Don't mind this. This is sad. This is what we're trying to fix. It's a lifeless corpse, but we're gonna get that sorted out momentarily. Now what to do from here? Right. Justify content. So, oh, not you. Do I need flex direction row in here? That's really not changing. No, that's not changing anyone's day. That's supposed to be strictly color. Here, justify content. Justify content. Center. That gets space around. This will be entered. No. It'll still be a column. This will have column information. And it will still be, if it's a column and it's turned on its side, and line items is centered, we don't need to make this flex direction row. This is the only one who's walking out of here alive. We do need to add the rows to everyone. That is a thing we will do. I just wanted to make sure we get the orientation of everything sorted out as well. Justify content center with row. Nothing special. Row, space around. No one's touching this one. Row, space around, and row with justify content center. Alright, there's that. Let's go ahead and do the grid row that it will fall into place. So, grid column, row start. What the deuce is this? Grid column 1 to 4. We're going to need to adjust that. What do we need to set it to? We need to set it to something entirely different. Oh, damn. Brutal. My mind's totally shot. Just pretend everything's great, Stephen. Just pretend everything's normal. Okay, true, we can't breathe. You hear that? Yeah, complete lack of oxygen. Also probably why our mind is fading. Should we save at some point? No. Let's live dangerously. Let's just make as much change as possible without saving. I've lost track because we've made so many tiny changes. Can't remember what the hell's happening anymore. I'm just freaking out about being able to fall asleep sooner than later. I can feel the exhaustion just overwhelming. It's spreading. 23 more minutes. This is just going to be an IRL of me sleeping at my desk. You'll see. Maybe sooner. Stack of death. I can't even I don't even know what's happening. The header, and where's our example project? The header spans multiple columns, 1 through 4, when it is full-sized, right? The header is extending over the menu column and the add section. So it's grid column 1-4 for the notation. 4 is excluded, so it spans 1 through 3. We need to adjust that and tell it that header only takes up column 1. So we can do literally just that. Grid column starts in 1, but grid column is also just 1, or grid column none. I don't know the best way to address that. The only thing I can come up with is grid column 1, literally, for just that. Now, why is that the case? We don't need column start. We just need grid column and 1 for that. Grid column 1, grid row, start, copy, 1. Grid column start, 1. There is no spanning. We can do grid row start 2. Is that cool if we do? Yeah, that's fine. It's fine if we overwrite stuff. Totally fine. Section row start 3, which is perfectly fine. Row start 4, grid column 1. And then grid column... Wait. Damn it, no. I jumped the gun. It's this one that just needs to be grid column 1. Because it was the footer that extended across all 3 columns. Versus the ads were a single column anyways. But they started in column 3. We've already adjusted and updated that. We do need to add a grid column row 4, 5. La-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee. There's that. Okay, okay. Remember that time Jay Brimble pwned us? It's hitting me now. That's hilarious, but still, I just... we honestly would have spent like 45 minutes looking at our code, because we're so delirious right now. That's awesome. Anyways, tragic, but there's a little silver lining of humor to it, right? I mean, true, we probably would have thrown our computer at the wall out of frustration after those 45 minutes of searching. Save, save, save. Actually, we would have ended up using, after 27 minutes of frustration, of complete searching for no issues, we would have used those handy links that Cecil sent us to check out, to validate our code, which those links are so awesome. So glad he sent those. Okay, I think we're heading in a better direction. I don't know if we're all the way there, but let's go ahead and save and see where we're at now. Save, 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 refresh. And we're looking at Topher's code again. Wow, we've updated the example project like 6 times this stream. We keep missing hours. I don't know why we think this awesome looking project is our work, maybe just because it's so damn shiny and flawless, but this Frankenstein is our beast. This is what we get to call as our own after 335 days. Sad, right? Let's refresh it. Yes, things are working. We need to change the row. Why is everything so far off? I feel like it's also the column start. Should I actually put it at 0? Well, see, that's the thing, is it's at 1 now. Why? Like, why wasn't header out? We changed the flex direction to row, and we want it to be centered. Where else could it be? Is it a padding issue? We don't have that much padding. We've only got just very few things regarding padding. I don't think it's anything crazy. 10 pixels? 10 pixels is going to set it out of screen? I don't think so. Grid column start 1. Grid row start 2. That was for nav. For header, flex, justify center, align items. Maybe that's our issue. That shouldn't be our issue either. I would put it right in the middle of the div. Maybe it's the secondary justify content center. Header. It's gotta be that. Let's check that out. Save. Refresh. Stack of debt. Where the deuce is that occur? Why is it item and content is showing up, but everything else is missing? Isn't that a little weird? Seems odd. Matt Development, what's up? How's the HTML CSS going? It's Matt Game, by the way. Hey, awesome. How you doing? It's going quite well. Well, okay. In the scheme of things, looking back on 335 days, it's going quite well. As far as tonight, we've made lots of progress. However, we've recently taken a turn for the worse, and at this very moment, we're stuck in a tiny pit of confusion. Not to worry. Not to worry. See, look, when we get rid of our media stuff, let's just you know what? That's a lot to just not. What's is that a thing? Will that work for CSS? Damn, I don't recall the trick for commenting out CSS. I know there's some special. Isn't there a hash involved? Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Let's just do this. It was that. But why doesn't it like it? I'm so confused. Maybe it's because it's got that on the inside. Yeah, it's because we had that on the inside. Okay. Problem solved. There we go. Let's save. Ta-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee. Close out of this. See, look at that. See? Pretty good, right? That's the project we're shooting for. This is what we've got. We're hunting down the Holy Grail. Aspect ratio, basically, for columns and content. Specifically, the equal height columns in between the header and footer. So yeah, the many different ways to pull it off. So Flexbox, but specifically Grid is a handy tool to implement that, which we've come to understand. But now we're trapped here in the media query portion with the extra credit stuff. So here's an example, or the example project. When it's full screen, set up for desktop environment. When we go to inspect in the viewport, the smaller screen, it shifts to a more mobile-friendly layout. which is super awesome. Or tablet sized, whatever. The breakpoint is below 600 pixels, where it changes to this. So we are trying our best to have the same damn thing happen for ours. We've got this, and when we inspect without the media query active, it shifts, it shimmies, things maintain. We still have the 100 pixel sides, even at 600 pixels. Also, when it's down at 400 pixels, now that needs to move. We were shifting that. We realized when we were shifting our content, though, that there is so much more involved than just the initial changes we made. We basically kind of need to rewrite a lot of this because each section is pretty unique to itself. So there's a lot of things that we have to tweak. But we're getting there. We're piecing it together. Map development. What's the issue? Maybe I can help. I'm awful at CSS though. Not to worry. We just need to. We're decent enough where we just need to think through it out loud and slowly. It's only the fact that it's after one. Oh my god! It's now 1:56 a.m. The fact that it's been basically 2 hours and it's now 2 a.m. It's our ability to think clearly is pretty much shot. Oh no, not the Family Guy humming. Oh god, you're right. My bad. It's my go-to thinking song. Remember, it's the transition music between scenes as I'm shifting my train of thought. The terrible force of habit. Hell, you're better at it than me. Oh, the CS at the grid. Well, we've done a decent amount of stuff with grid. We actually stopped the projects that Topher provided us, like around project 4 or 5, because I had noticed even with the handful of projects in the beginning that I was really struggling on the CSS front, and it was recommended to us to check out, which I highly recommend if you don't know them, Mr. Matt, Flexbox Froggy. I don't know if you've tried them already, but Flexbox Froggy and Grid Garden, as someone who's learning, I know I'm just the newbie novice, but I'm telling you, out of the entire year of everything I've done, these two micro activities, they're these little micro lessons, so there's only like 24 little basic things for Flexbox Froggy, and then Grid Garden is 28 little micro lessons. They are so helpful. Flexbox is amazing for spacing, totally simplifies how to move, and that's what I was really struggling with for CSS, was the positioning of items, not so much the styling. Anyone can operate the color wheel, right? You know, you're a hex color, you could just throw anything in there. But the positioning and the consistency of it, in the scheme of things and how they all relate, oh my god, these two have been instrumental in just integral, one of those. They're both, either one's great. They're so awesome. But yeah. Good times. Grid Garden's bitchin'. And he's got a third project. He, they, she, robot, I'm not sure, but Code Pip, they've got a third project coming. Project G. And I can't wait for it. It's gonna be epic. Close out of that noise. Good times. Back to our nightmare. Hey, Tome to me. Hey, Wisnia. Tomika Wisnia. I'm terrible with usernames, but good. E something or other. PDX saying, is MacBook good for programming? I need a new laptop because my old Windows laptop broke. I've never had a Mac. Yeah, Matt's got you covered right there. Macs are decent for programming. They're a good buy as long as you take care of it and know that it's expensive. Also, Matt, I've done Flexbox Froggy. Way cool. Awesome. I use Flexbox. I'm just shit at it. Uh, but I know how it works. Flexbox is nice when you know how it works. That is very true. And I'm juggling both Flexbox and Grid in this project. So it's like just, I know I don't need both, but I'm trying to use both. So, anyways, but back to, oh, we'll need the phonetic breakdown. To me, Tomek Wisnia. Tomek Wisnia. As far as, so, good, it's a relative term. I don't know if you're just going to be using your computer for programming or primarily for programming. You'd probably be fine with damn near most any Mac computer or laptop that you pick, because I myself currently, for this stream, am using an old 2011 Mac Mini, and even the most basic entry level MacBook Air Pro, whatever Apple product would be probably better specs than what I currently got, and more sufficient, or more than sufficient for programming, to say the least. So if you also plan on streaming your learning like I am, that's a different thing. You might need a bit more powerful machine, or one of the more mid-range to higher end spec models. Um, but you won't need to go out and get any crazy machine just for programming. I know there are, I think, some languages and certainly editors that run a bit more efficiently on a Mac than, say, a Windows. I know, is it VS Code? Matt, you probably have a better idea. I forget. Visual Studio is only available, and I know that's one of the main preferred um, code editors. I'm using Atom.io, and that's also because Visual Studio isn't available on Macs. I think the Mac equivalent of Visual Studio is VS Code. So that's what you'll want if you're going the Mac route. But yeah, so I mean, it's there. It's one thing if you're planning on building like a gaming PC. Obviously, you could play games, but the dollar for performance, um, for what you'd get Mac wise versus a PC, that's kind of a different beast altogether. But if it's just strictly kind of coding that you're sticking with, but also if you're going to be running more taxing programs and software later, then you might need to get something a bit beefier. I myself am considering moving from the Mac side of the world to the PC side. Again, for that dollar to performance value, it's just better on the PC side of the spectrum. But I'm looking to maybe even move from just programming to other like 3D editing software, whether it's AutoCAD or other things like that. I'm looking to expand and continue learning other things more than just programming on this stream. So we just started out our first year with focusing on how to code. We will absolutely continue it. Perhaps maybe even try and find a job sometime next year. But yeah, so but a Mac, you'll be good. You'll be golden. Matt development. I'm waiting on Grid because it's really new. It's not supported by older browsers. Get like an older MacBook Pro. Call it a day. That could totally work. Or buy a Windows PC. Put Hackintosh on it. VS Code is the one you want. VS is better for C and Java and other complex languages. I would say if you want to do schoolwork and program, get a Mac. Anything else, get a regular Windows PC or build your own desktop. Yeah. I'm caught between kind of a rock and a hard place for me. I'd like to build a PC, but I also would want to stream the process. But I think I'd also like to edit the videos as well, like the stream process for YouTube, and like my current computer is just too lackluster to really handle the video editing side of things. It's just so old and slow and archaic, and I just for the time alone, because I'll occasionally go to concerts and I'll record them. I got a great one of the what is it, little mobile, the Shure Motive mic, the MV88, so I can get decent quality. And with my iPhone, you know, either certainly 1080p or 4K footage. But after I come home with a 2-hour concert, it takes my computer anywhere from like 24 to 30 plus hours to render a 2-hour long concert. So I have to stream daily. I can't wait for 36 hours to go by, and that's with my computer just entirely focused on that one task. Everything else closed, me not touching it, just letting it do its thing. So I'm looking to definitely substantially upgrade in the near future. So fingers crossed we'll pull it off. What were we doing? That was a good little tangent regarding not solving our flex and grid nightmare we've got going on. I should adjust each one accordingly. I should just take this and compare it to exactly what I need from it down here. Copy, header. What do I need it to be? Where are we coming from? Where are we going to? We still want the width and height to be 100%, I guess. We still want display flex. We can get rid of that. We still want it to be justify content center. We can get rid of this. We also want align items center. We can get rid of that. And also do... We never changed flex direction. We never changed the flex direction row. We want to keep the light blue. We just want grid column start 1. Kind of simplify it. I don't know if grid column, if grid column 1 will update that sufficiently, or if I need to do grid column 2, like that. And as I look at it now, comparing it 1 to 1, like this, that makes a bit more sense. But I'd also like to be able to just do grid start and have grid start 1 overwrite the 4. So I don't need to do this. So really, the only thing that's changing is grid column regarding that. And I think we can just do this 1 to 2. Well, this is a great way of doing it. I can go through each one step by step, and that was way quicker, far more coherent and succinct. That's the way to do it. We've got header down. Now let's go ahead and do nav. We might even be able to go to sleep soon. How awesome would that be? And have the project done? If it fails after this, we'll just accept defeat. All part of the learning process. And we will try again another day. But in the meantime, we're going to give it our best shot. Okay, so this is the Earth. Very nice Earth. We want to keep height at 100%. We want to keep flex. We want to change flex direction to row. This is so much easier, just going line by line. Align item center, we can keep. We can also do grid column start 1 and grid row start 2. That's perfect. Get rid of that. The color will stay the same. Padding can stay the same. As well as the border and stuff. But what we would like to see change is the spacing of justify content as space around, not just centered. So I think we did okay. We had align item center. But that's because we had changed to column. So we changed it back to row. We've got justify content. We don't need this. That's redundant. That's redundant. Oh, simplifying. You can feel our headache fading away as we do this. I'm sure it will come rushing back the moment we try to update and save and execute. Save. Copy. Actually, we didn't save. We just copied, but that's all right. Damn. I have the Family Guy theme song searing a hole through my head. It is just playing nonstop. It's my musical safety blanket for thinking. Like what is it? Those wool blankets, the wool fire safety blankets that they occasionally have in like laboratories or whatever. That's what that musical note is. It puts out all the burning flames and from all the friction as I'm thinking. It's there. Now, we need to deal with content section. A lot of this is really going to stay the same minus the grid columns. So height will stay 100%. We still want flex. We want it to be a column, and we want the align item center. All of that is good and cool. What we need to have change is grid column start 1. We want it to be in column 1, and we want it to start in row 3, which we have up here. So those two are fine. I can column 1, row 3. We can get rid of that. We can keep the padding. Okay, we're almost there. We have aside for our ads to shift down there. Ours aren't going to be in a column. We're going to have ours as a row. I just think visually it'll kind of look better for what we currently have. We also only have 3 items and we only have 3 ads, so just more of a flow and feel for ours. Specifically, let's do save in the meantime because we can, and then let's go ahead and do aside. What is changing? What is staying the same? Fuck. Sorry. I'm trying to contain it, Matt. You're right. Keep my shit in check. For ads. What will we need for ads? For ads, we will do 100. We will do flex. But we need flex direction as a row now. So flex direction as a row. We can still have align items as center, but we also want to have justify content as space around. I'm going to steal this and put it down here. We get rid of these. Also, grid column start will be 1. and 4, which is up here. Grid column 1, 4, row, space around, color and padding. And lastly, thank God, footer. The nightmare is almost over, ladies and gentlemen. And robots, whatever you prefer. Okay, okay. La da 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 dee 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 dee. La da 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 dee 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 dee. Doop doop doo doo doo. What to do, what to do. Blanking on life. Footer. Focus, Stephen. Focus. No time to reflect on life. Only reflect on coding. We want to keep height at 100% because flex is cool. Justify content center is fine. Align item center is fine. We are running into the same issue as the grid column. We want it to be a 2. Since it cuts off at 2, it's exclusive, so it's really just 1-to-1. This is a very overly complicated, inefficient way of writing. Just start at 1, but I don't know if grid column start will overwrite that. I think we need to update grid column as the following. Or give it like grid column 0 or null and then add in grid column start 1, but that sounds equally messy. So to minimize casualties, we'll leave it at that. Grid row start 5. If I'm not mistaken. Light blue and padding can go over here. We don't need center. We don't need row 1 and 2. Footer, row, center, my content, blah, blah, blah. Cool, and we had space around for this guy. I think we're set, so delete that noise. It's definitely far more streamlined and efficient compared to what we had earlier. Well, more streamlined. There's certainly less of it. Look at that. It all fits in the screen now, which is very, very comforting. Let's go ahead and save. Here we go. Big money. Close out of that. Close out of this. Fresh. Ta-da. And now, hopefully this works. Inspect. I'm not too sure. No idea why that's not working. It must be my columns. Maybe it's the 1FR. Maybe it's the 5 columns here. I'm not too sure. Maybe we need to adjust the height. Not even sure what it would be. H1, display none. Why are these the items? Why are they still columns? We changed flex direction to row. Isn't that how this all... Do I need to do display flex for each one? Or display grid? Display flex. Save. If I do display grid. That would seem really odd. Yeah, okay, that didn't change anything. Thank God. I have no idea. Maybe it's main. Did I not adjust something with main? Width and height. 3 by 3. And we want it to be one column with all of this noise. When we close it, it's normal. When we inspect it, shifts. 600, 400. You know what? Because it's a list. At least I think it's because it's a list. We need to have it say header and ads. We need to update more crap. That's our issue. Header is that. I don't even know. This is tragic. I don't think we have the brain power to pull this off. Day 335, I think, comes to an end. Day 335 will end on a fizzle. There were some good moments earlier. We got a crap ton of bits. That was cool. That was awesome, and even more subs. How weird is that? Our lowly stream is getting subs. Let's go ahead and save this. Save. Save. We will try again tomorrow. At least we figured out the scaling issue. Just need to figure out the rest of this. Wait a second, that's weird. 600. 605. Oh. No, I'm the crazy person. I was hovering over pixel and it said 561. But the actual section of it is 600. I'm crazy. It's just me. Everyone can go back to sleep. My bad. Let's save this noise and commit and push this to GitHub. Alright. Here we go. GitHub. Was a valiant effort. Let's crack open OBS. OBS and then get our GitHub desktop. What did we do today? Well, solve the scaling issue and media queries. Well, solved the scaling issue. Viewport. And what else did we do? And tinkered with media queries. Media query. Did we tinker with media queries, or did we really just... More importantly, we solved the viewport issue. We did. Alright, hold on. No. Third with the series. Okay. There we go. We're good. We're golden. Select all. Copy, copy, copy. Let's push that. Commit and push. Resolving deltas. Closing out of that. OBS. Repositories. Holy Grail. Nice. Okay. Things have been updated. Beautiful. Let's see. Today we had Mr. Demon Wolf, Bob Danoob, Unicorn Glorious TV, Yukati Yubsti, yeah, and who else? Syrup Monster, Cecilactomy, as well as whom else swung by? Jay Brimble, Matt Development, Tommy K. Wisnia, and there may have been more, but see, this is one of the other issues. I can only go so far back on my chat on the phone. It stops at a point. I've realized I've had people in streams that stop by and they do talk in chat, but then after time goes by and whatnot, there's like a time limit cap or something for the chat, at least on the mobile version, which is where I primarily focus, and that's where I read through all the people in chat and to thank for stopping by. And also today we had, who else did we had? We had 3 new subscribers. It was Mr. Demon Wolf, which was gifted to the sub was gifted from Unicorn Glorious TV to Mr. Demon Wolf, so that was awesome. And then we had Cecilactomy subscribe with Twitch Prime, and we also had Syrup Monster subscribe with Twitch Prime. So all of that was awesome. All of that was awesome indeed. Let's go ahead and close out of this, and we can jump into OBS. Once more, thank you again to anyone and everyone who stopped by to view the stream and or assist with tips, tricks, recommendations, and whatnot. It is all greatly, greatly appreciated. Day 335 comes to an end. However, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 336 of the year of streaming and learning to code. In the meantime, are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it!